Alright guys, let's talk about the MG3. And let's be honest, it's the kind of car you look at when 70% of your life is sorted and the other 30% is figuring out how to afford a car. And we shouldn't fool ourselves either. Adulthood is very expensive, and all we need is a sensible box on wheels that doesn't actively hate us. But is the car just sensible, or is it actually good enough to go against the Suzuki Swift and VW Polo Vivo? Let's take a walk around and find out. But before we do that, let's get the big one out the way first, the price. It starts at $269,900 for the 1.5 Comfort manual model. For context, it comes in cheaper than a VW Polo and Polo Vivo, Hyundai i20 and Mazda 2, with the Toyota Starlet, Suzuki Baleno and Suzuki Swift coming in cheaper than that. So it's safe to say the car is very competitively priced. But how does it look? On the outside, my first impressions of the car was that it looks kind of alright. It's not bad looking per se, but it's not winning any beauty pageants either. The designers did a good job, but I feel like it's trying too hard to be sporty, especially from the front with that wide grille. Now from the back it looks about as good as its competitors and doesn't go out of its way to stand out. But I don't know if it's just me or is it someone else that sees it, but it really looks like an AI version of the Mazda 2 from some angles. And when it comes to the wheels, the MG rides on 16-inch rims featuring a 5-spoke design. Stepping inside the car, you are greeted by a 2-spoke multifunction steering wheel. Behind that sits a 7-inch full digital driver's display, and to take the center stage is a 10.25-inch touch-sensitive infotainment screen that comes with Android Auto and Apple CarPlay. The car has 2 USB ports up front. Unfortunately, they are not Type-C, they are only Type-A ports. Now looking at the seats can be had in pleather mixed with cloth or just cloth, but this depends entirely on which model you end up buying. But not to worry, because the seats are very comfortable and supportive to sit in. As well as all the major touch points in the car are very nicely padded, soft and yieldy. But I can't stress this enough, because the lower you go in the interior, the harder the plastics become. But even with this, it doesn't take away from the fact that the interior is a very nice place to be. When it comes to the back seats, the car is pretty comfortable, but you'll struggle for leg room if you're on the taller side. But it does have some comforts for the rear passengers like air vents and a single USB port. When it comes to the boot is pretty decent at a size of 293 liters and can expand up to 983 liters with the seats folded down. And as a benefit for our roads that have potholes, the car comes with a space-saver spare wheel under the boot floor. Looking at the car's engine and performance, the car comes with a 1.5-litre 4-cylinder petrol engine, producing 81 kilowatts and 142 newton meters of torque. This can be paired with a 5-speed manual or a CVT gearbox. The setup has a claimed fuel consumption of 6 liters per 100 kilometers and a total range of 600 kilometers on a single tank. Let's not forget that the top of the range luxury is a hybrid, which comes with a 1.5-litre petrol engine and has an electric motor which is mated to a 1.83 kilowatt-hour battery. The setup has a total output of 155 kilowatts and 425 newton meters of torque, which is more powerful than a Polo GTI. And I think it's a bargain considering that it comes in at 100,000 Rand less than the Polo GTI at 469,900. The setup has a claimed fuel consumption of 4.4 liters per 100 kilometers and a total range of 837 kilometers on a single tank. You'll be pleased to know that you won't be left stranded after buying the car, because all models come standard with a 7-year 200,000 kilometer warranty and a 3-year 45,000 kilometer service plan. Now if it was me and my money, I'd go for the entry-level 1.5 Comfort manual, because it has all the features you would expect to pay a lot more on other cars, and you're only missing out on a handful of features like heated leather seats and steering wheel, 360 cameras, adaptive cruise control and lane departure warning, as well as a sunroof. And let's be honest, if your budget is less than 300,000 Rand, you really need to ask yourself, do you really need those features? In a nutshell, I think it's a good car, and if people are willing to look past the unfamiliar badge and give it a chance, I doubt they'll be disappointed. Anyway, if you made it this far in the video, thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe and let us know in the comment section below if you would buy it if you had a budget car budget, or would you buy something else.